Do not forgive.
The hacks got bigger and bigger.
Download the code, modify the code just a bit. I'd like to see those fuckers go down.
They were building up this database of who is doing what with who. Stuff they don't want the public to know about.
Well, they've unchained. This is an alien form of government.
Any information that challenges the official narrative can put them in prison.
Oh, is Barrett getting fucking raided by the FBI? Holy shit!
The surveillance state's already here. It's already here. We're constantly on camera. Like this, like we can't put that back in the box.
They can watch us through our webcams. They can listen through our phones. There's no privacy left, virtually. We are the most watched, surveilled, monitored, eavesdropped population in the history of the human race.
If you have nothing to hide as justification for violating your rights, then you have nothing to worry about. You know where that phrase came from? Goebbels from the Nazi era. Nothing to hide? That means there is no privacy.
If I know every single thing about you, about what you think, how you reason, what your fears are, what you're planning, what you're doing, and you know nothing about me because I'm shielding my behavior behind a wall of secrecy, I have incredible power over you. The power imbalance between us is immense because I can now manipulate you, I can threaten you, I can alter your behavior in all sorts of ways, I can anticipate your behavior, I can prevent you from doing things that you're planning, I can prepare in defense of what you're doing, I can always stay many steps ahead of you.
This mentality, this pathological, you have to understand the mindset. You have to understand the psychology behind those who want to know everything. That means anything hidden, anything private, anything sovereign is a direct threat to the surveillance state.
We are looking at increased transparency.
Unprecedented transparency.
They want to avoid scrutiny. So our response, our best weapon, is to bring scrutiny to them. CNN and all these other things, they're not going to spend a single hour doing actual investigation.
He called the former head of the NSA at home, like on a weekly basis for a couple months, trying to get him to talk to him.
Barrett was speaking in that language of real adversarial journalism, that the purpose of journalism is not to please those in power, but to report the truth, even when it makes those in power uncomfortable or reflects poorly on them.
Here's the message it sends from the government to the hacktivists who are getting great coverage and are becoming folk heroes through the press. Don't talk to the press because we're going to get their computers and we're going to get their sources and we're going to get you through that. To the press who are covering the hacktivists, don't cover these hacktivists because we're going to get you.
Here's what I want. 1, I'm no longer your bitch. 2, all of my charges are dropped. 3, all of Barrett Brown's charges are dropped.
That's up to the U.S. Attorney.
Figure it out.
Data wants to be free is the hacker credo. The real questions we need to be asking is, when this data is, shared with people, who is it benefiting and who is it hurting? Jeremy's apartment, you know, is just books scattered about the floor, books on the shelves.
What could be more dangerous than books?
The internet. You know, which is really just one giant book about all of us being written in real time.
Cyber thieves made off with the personal details of hundreds of thousands of subscribers.
They woke up to find that they'd given an unexpected Christmas present of $50,000 between them to numerous high-profile charities.
Here comes Santa, here comes Santa. Expect us. Here comes Santa Claus. Here comes Santa. Julian, will you dance with me? It's not about the money. We want the world to dance. We want the world to dance. So first we dance with me. Dance with me. Before our next dance. Don't sit around waiting for Santa Claus. Fuck some shit up.
To take an ex-FBI agent and use their credit card to make a donation to the Red Cross on Christmas Day, I get that it's criminal, but it's also, it's wonderful in its own way.
Weave is expressing dissent using digital means, which has now become the most threatening. There's all those anonymous activists who did basic denial of service attacks on PayPal and Amazon in order to protest the cutoff of WikiLeaks' finances, who are being pursued as though they're global terrorists. The way the government has prioritized these prosecutions, and then once they get a hold of them, overly pursues them and wants to put people in prison who are no threats to society, shows that it has a purely political aim. They're really political acts by their nature. They're designed to express political messages, political dissent. So even to criminalize them in the first place is to basically take what the First Amendment was supposed to shield at its core, which is the right of free speech and free assembly and to work against the government, and turn it into a crime.
There's been an unfortunate deficit in what people have read and what people have written about an issue that is of extraordinary importance. Trapwire.
He stumbles across this. He stumbles across it, starts talking about it.
Trapwire manages to take lots and lots of data from the closed circuit cameras that are found in large urban areas and makes the information more actionable and functional.
To understand trapwire, you have to understand sort of the larger context, because trapwire is a critical piece of the surveillance apparatus. This is actually doing very large swath, persistent surveillance.
Trapwire has been deployed in Seattle, in Los Angeles, in DC. According to a Stratfor email, there's like 500 cameras in this New York City subway system equipped with trapwire.
The New York Times said that trapwire was only used on 15 cameras in the entire country and that the DHS wrote it off as a failure. That's a complete lie.
There is a congruence between whistleblowing and hacktivism and hacktivists. The similarity is speaking truth to and of power, revealing the power structure, whether it's corporate, whether it's government, or both. I was a senior executive at the National Security Agency, and I served there for about 6.5 years. I blew the whistle on the secret surveillance program called Stellar Wind, which were the foundational surveillance programs that ultimately Edward Snowden, 12 years later, is now disclosing through reporters and journalists. The government went ahead and prosecuted me under the Espionage Act. And I faced, it was a 10 felony count indictment. I faced 35 years in prison.
Hackers are important in the sense that they have the capacity to expose the secret or the inner workings of the state, which is why they are terrified of hackers and they are going after them with phenomenal vengeance.
Schools in trouble. Computer hackers find themselves on the wrong side of the law after breaching AT&T security.
I mean, I guess there's like a blurry line between like Goat Security, was it a troll or was it a hack? But I mean, the name Goat Security invokes that terrible image that ruined my childhood.
He named his company Goatsy Security, so if you know what Goatsy is, G-O-A-T-S-E, I'm not going to explain it.
Hey, there's a gaping security flaw here.
No, Mommy, make it stop!
Goatsy Security, who are these guys? And they're Googling Goatsy, and they're getting the Goatsy picture.
They're called Goatsy Security. Is that, am I pronouncing that correctly?
Yeah, that's right.
We're analyzing coverage from Bloomberg, Goatsy, The Register, and Forbes.
Goatsy Security would expose the gaping security holes in your systems.
A corporation like AT&T and Apple, you know, the only way you can really get to them was literally to send it to the media and make a gaping asshole mockery of it.
It's not scary to be going to prison?
No, I never was scared to be going to prison. There's all these cool people, and I'm learning all these cool things, and you know, I'm making lifelong future friends, and you know, it's future business partners, certainly. Embarrassing people. I enjoy it. It's viscerally fun.
He's an instigator.
The most lovable little pest on the internet.
His ability to make other people so angry is the talent that he has.
Almost 99% of the articles that come out for Weave, they all start with, he's a dick, he's an asshole.
How do I plan on keeping my cornbread safe in prison? I will stab a nigger that dares reach across my plate. I am the Bruce Lee of Reg XP. I didn't get caught. I put my name on what I did.
I'm not here to play nice with AT&T. I'm here to comment and criticize.
There was a URL on an AT&T web server with a number at the end. And if you had added one to this number, like you could have typed it in the iPad web browser over and over again, you would see the next iPad 3G user email address.